It is Andy coming to you on a Tuesday, a pretty stacked Tuesday. We got a lot of games, as always, on Tuesdays in the NHL. Now, the best part about this Tuesday is that it rivals the previous two Tuesdays, which means we're coming into that Tuesday off of a winning night. Of the meat and potatoes picks I gave you yesterday, we nailed both those unders. You guys get so scared about the unders. Pick the right games, and the unders won't make you sweat. We were looking at 1-1 in the third period of the Florida-Calgary game, and it was, 2-1 going into the third of the Montreal-Winnipeg game. Very little sweating there. Dallas made you sweat a little bit. They were up 3-1. Rupe Hintz got 1 point, wasn't able to get 2 points, but Dallas was able to win that one. And the only team who got us were the Detroit Red Wings, part of the Scam 5. I've been doing so good with the Scam 5 recently. Picking when they're off, picking when they're on. They were the first to get us in quite a while. So Detroit loses to Anaheim, and it's been a sad state of affairs for old Stevie Bongrips. He still messages me, but now the messages aren't in all caps anymore. They seem to be a lot more Monday, like, hey, but we're not as bad as that other team. Keep your chin up, Stevie Bongrips. It's still very early in the season. Many different things can happen along the way, as I keep yelling at all the Carolina doubters, haters. Hey, you guys think the Vegas Golden Knights are a pretty good team, right? Raise your hands if you think the Vegas Golden Knights, who won the Stanley Cup, are a good team. I would imagine most of you believe that, right? Well, if what I'm saying about the Carolina Hurricanes isn't true, tell me why. Why? Would Vegas be underdogs at Carolina? I mean, Carolina's not good. I'm crazy, right? No, there's no way they're one of the better teams. Vegas, who's as good as you get in this league. Who's better than Vegas in this league? They're underdogs at Carolina, which is how I know, and the NHL knows, and the sports books know. The only person who doesn't know is you, which is why you don't have a car. So if you want a car, get with the program. I'm not going to be giving you the Carolina Hurricanes on this day because it's just two quality teams playing each other. And when you have two playoff-bound quality teams who are going to play each other, where do I go? The same place we went last night and didn't sweat about it, didn't get worried like the rest of you, and that is the under 6.5. Don't you know? Bump it up. I'm going to bump it up to under 6.5. You know how they say styles make fights, styles make totals, and these two teams getting together, I have a hard time believing they're both just going to go pedal to the metal on offense. I think there's going to be a rather cautious approach with the both of these teams, and I'm going under 6.5. Yes, that's another under for you. But don't you worry, child, because Ruckus has got a game for you. We got some Ruckus on this slate. Don't you worry, we got some Ruckus. But I'm going to take you guys to a place you love to go, and that's Area 51 in Nevada. We haven't been there yet this week, and now we got a postcard from your friends. Turn the postcard from all your friends at Area 51, and you want to know what they wrote on it for us? The New Jersey Devils -1.5. They like that over at Area 51, aka Odd Shopper Premium. And I just want to remind you, the Area 51 Bunker Odd Shopper Premium picks have won either 8 or 9 in a row in the picks that I've given out on this channel. And you don't have to be a rocket scientist. I simply go to NHL plus EV bets. Now, when I look for the first time, the player props aren't there yet, so I'm usually seeing sides, totals, things like that. And what I saw at the top was the New Jersey Devils -1.5. Now, you can do this yourself. I got a link down below in the description of this video. If you want to go to Area 51, Nevada, just go to Priceline.com, get yourself a ticket, and then click the link down below and sign up for Odd Shopper Premium, because you can do it the same exact way I do it, and they got it for all sports, not just NHL. So I saw that at -1.5. I guess it makes sense-ish. When they do win, they have the ability to run the score up. It's not like the Flyers are a team who's known for their offense. So if Jersey can kind of jump on them early, the problem is they blow leads quite a bit. We just got to hope that Philly isn't in the comeback mood. We're going to trust those bunker analytics at Area 51. And it's also a great time, if you see that -1.5, to go over to Bet Rivers. You take Timo Meier, No, we're not going to do that. There's already memes about him and how awful his contract is. Relax. Jeff Skinner was signed. He scored like 20 points, had a miserable year. He scored 30 goals and 30 goals ever since. We're going to go with Nico Hischier. 2+ points for Nico Hischier and the New Jersey Devils to win -1.5. That's going to give you a big fat plus money parlay on Bet Rivers. And if you go over to Bet Rivers and you sign up and you're a new user, that first bet is going to be risk-free up to $500. $250 or $100 depending on which state you're in. You want to know what state you're in? Look out your window. You should probably know by that. If you want to sign up for that promotion, click the link down below in the description of this video and it will take you there. And make sure that if you or anybody you know has a gambling problem, please call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. So that's what they like over at Area 51. What do I like here in my bunkers? Quite a few things. I've told you guys about the old fired coaches. You get free wins. We've had 3 fired coaches and we've gotten 3 free wins. We're going to make it 4. The Ottawa Senators fired their coach and they brought in one of my guys, their coach from the early 2000s when I loved the Senators with Hossa, Havlat, Alfredson, Bonk, all those guys. They even brought in Alfredson to be an assistant, regardless of who's behind the bench. I just happen to like him. We're going with the free win for Ottawa. They're taking on Arizona. The price is more than fair. It's mostly -110, even something like that. Usually, you get players who are playing for spots with a new coach, so they don't lollygag around, which is why I not only like the Senators. What I'm about to tell you is crazy. I like the under 6.5 in this game because I believe they're going to be working hard on both ends of the ice in that game for the new coach. First game with a new coach, nobody should be lollygagging out there. So I think they're going to win, and I like the under, but remember, don't combine a win with the under 6.5. If you're going to take the money line, you have to combine it with under 5.5 or under 7.5. Let's do under 7.5 to be safe. But the pick is the Ottawa Senators, and the separate pick under 6.5. If you're going to combine, I'll do Senators and under 7.5. You got all that? Fine. Nice. We saw the Minnesota Wild trail the Pittsburgh Penguins 3-0 midway through that game. They fought their way all the way back. Pittsburgh scored again. They pulled their goalie. They were fighting, clawing, using all that energy and just fell short. By the way, the reason Pittsburgh remains in the Scam 5, blowing 3-goal leads on their home ice. Anyway, all that energy expended just to come up short. Now, what are you going to do? You're going to go to a hotel, rest for a couple days, maybe go home, play a game. Oh, no, we have to go right to Boston to play a Boston team who hasn't played in a few nights. That's a Boston Bruins selection from me. The price is more than fair. I saw them at -180 against a team who played last night. We're going to be getting Marc-Andre Fleury, who scares me 0%. This is a great spot for the Boston Bruins. I'm going to go with the Bruins in that game. Then, you want to know another team who happens to blow 3-goal leads on their own home ice? That would be the New York Islanders. You ever heard of them? Who are they welcoming into town? Hopefully a team who can't score a lot, right? No, they're welcoming in the old Edmonton Oilers. The Edmonton Oilers who can score 8 and let in 9. But this is a bad matchup for the Islanders. Think about it. If the Islanders are up, they blew a 3-goal third-period lead to the San Jose Sharks. Think that can happen against the Edmonton Oilers? I like the Oilers to win this game simply because asking all those replacement defensemen to defend those top 6 forwards that they have and that power play that they have. The Islanders have bottom 3 penalty kill in the league, and we all know about Edmonton's power play that broke the all-time record last year, which is currently clicking and nearly firing on all cylinders. Many reasons to take Edmonton in this game. Another opportunity you have to build a same game ruckus, potential ruckus, Islanders ruckus. Also the over. The over 6.5. I've told you about these Isles games. It's built on a reputation from Barry Trotz. I don't know how they're continuing to list these overs at 6.5. Even that Bruins game went over. The Bruins-Islanders game when the Bruins were playing defensively. Now you got Edmonton going in there. You had those aforementioned reasons, the power play, special teams, all that stuff. The Islanders are scoring. You can do a same game ruckus parlay where we can go back to 2 points for Evan Bouchard, 1 point for Noah Dobson, over 6.5, and then take Edmonton at plus 1.5. What if the Isles win in overtime, 4-3 or something like that? But this is like, you know, when you go to one of those, what happened to all the yogurt places? Remember when there was a time everyone's like, oh, let's go to Is Pinkberry's, is that a real yogurt place still? There was Yogurt Land. Remember that? Oh, let's go get yogurt. Oh, and then you'd have all those things and you put the toppings. I see nobody going to those places anymore. Do they even exist? Are they around? I don't care. But choose your own toppings of players. You want to do 2 for Nugent Hopkins, 1 for Horvat, over 6.5 Edmonton to win. You want to do 2? Oh, just remember though, if you pick a player on each team for 2+ points, you don't have to add the over 6.5 because it won't add any value to it. It won't change the odds. But if you want to do 2 points for Barzal, 2 points for Draisaitl, Edmonton to win, I'm fine with all these variations because this game has high ruckus potential, and those are more bets that you can take over at Bet Rivers in the ruckus 2+ point section. So give me Edmonton there. And then lastly, you had those St. Louis Blues who fired their coach and they got the 2 free wins. But, you know, there's an expiration date on that, like when you check the tag on bread or something. And now they're going into Tampa. We know that Tampa, we rely on them a little bit more. They're a little more reliable at home. The Blues are a very beatable team. I'm not going to be jaded by the fact that they won back-to-back games. Now they're going into Tampa. I like Tampa in this one. Tampa is not as good as the previous few years. They're still a good team. They're not a great team, but they still should be good enough to win this game. And if you want to do a same game parlay, you want to take Victor Hedman, who still runs the top of that power play for a point with a Lightning win, I'd be fine with that. But I'll go Lightning there. And that's what I have for you here on a Tuesday. Good luck to you. Obviously, better luck to me. Make sure you're subscribed to this Odd Shopper channel here. And then follow me on social media. It's at Andy Francis on all social media platforms, Instagram, TikTok, you name it. All right, I'll be back with you tomorrow where we will try to have hopefully a 3rd straight winning day. Let's get a good Monday. Let's hopefully have a winning Tuesday after 2 straight winning weeks. And you just keep the change train jangling along. Talk to you tomorrow.